Hello and welcome to another brief update. I'm still on my friend's drive in Cheshire, but I have had now my first vaccination jab and my second is due on Sunday the 16th of May, which is an interesting date because the day afterwards, if things go according to the planned roadmap of lockdown release, we should be able to travel out of this country on Monday the 17th of May. But that opens up other questions. How are we supposed to be able to travel, and what are going to be the rules in the countries we may want to go to? There's been talk of vaccine certifications, vaccine passports, but what form will they take? We don't know yet. We have to guess, but we can also plan a little bit. I heard that there was the possibility of certification being given on the NHS app, and therefore, not having used it before, thought it'd be a good idea to sign up to it, and I've been through that process. Would recommend it to anybody. You can choose what sort of levels of privacy you want on it, etc., but it may well be that that's the route the government go down and allow vaccination jabs to be recorded via the vaccination system, which will then feed into the NHS app. But there again, how long will it take to do that? If I get my second jab, for example, on Sunday the 16th of May, when will it appear on the NHS app for me to be able to use as proof, if I need it, to travel on the 17th or any time after? I think one thing's for certain, we'll not be able to use those little cardboard receipts that are given out at the vaccination centres. They'd be far too easy to forge and therefore useless. So it may well be that we get something from our surgery, or, as I say, the government might try to use the NHS app, but we've seen how good the government is with technology and IT during this pandemic, so let's wait and see, eh? The other possibility, of course, is that we will have to still receive a negative test before setting out, or even upon arrival in a new country. This, of course, would satisfy at least those people who don't want to get vaccinated and don't want to therefore to have any certification stopping their travel. And then, of course, there is the situation in the European Union countries. Will their lockdown restrictions have been eased, and what will they require to be able to enter their countries? Will there still be curfews? And will we still need documentation stating our intent to travel or intent to stay, and that we are free of COVID? All those sorts of things that they currently require of us, or they may decide on something new, all of which we'll have to sort of anticipate or get ready for and be able to plan into any movements we wish to make. So, interesting times. A few days ago, the draws were made for the two European Rugby Cup competitions, the last 16, and in fact the quarterfinals were also drawn on the same day. Those two rounds will take place in April, but if my team gets through, there's a good possibility we might end up in the final, and that would be a great opportunity to book a trip to Marseille, where the finals are being held. The finals, of course, are being held the very weekend after we're supposed to come out of lockdown for international travel on the 17th, Monday the 17th of May, and the finals are the following weekend. In fact, I already have tickets for the final. I'd booked those for the previous year, but they, of course, were put on hold when we entered lockdown 1, and the tickets have been carried over. So, in readiness for any good news, on the 17th of May, I have actually been planning my first European trip. I'll book the tunnel as soon as I know we can go, and as soon as logistically I can jump through any hoops that are put in our way, vaccine certification, things like that. Preferably that would mean travelling on either Monday the 17th, the 18th or the 19th of May to give me time to get down to Marseille, because obviously I would like to make that trip in 2 or 3 legs depending on when I get through the tunnel. I've planned some stops on the way depending on how far down I get, so that I'll be able to sleep overnight, fill up with water, that sort of thing. At least it feels as though I'm being proactive and planning a trip away. Of course, the chance of support being let into the ground is still minimal. By then, France may have agreed that Sports Stadium can open, but we're not sure. However, even a socially distanced rugby party in a French port town could still be well worth visiting. And anyway, it'll mean I will have started my travel adventures in Scud. We'll already be in the south of France, ready for the warmer months of June and July. Continuing on the rugby theme, France is also holding the World Cup in 2023, and it's time to start planning for that. The tickets are due to go on sale as early as this coming Monday, the 15th of March. You have to register on a site and then sign up for some packages such as following a particular team or attending certain venues for 3 or 4 matches. But it is worth it, as you'll save a fair bit of money on ticket prices. I'll put details of the website in the description, and if you're there, you may as well remember, if you want to like and subscribe to this channel and leave any comments if you wish to. I've had a look at what I want to do, and obviously being in a motorhome will make it nice and easy to get around the various venues in France, but it looks like I'm going to try and make the 3 grounds in the southeast of the country, Nice, Marseille and Lyon, and that will allow me to follow England for at least a couple of their group games and to see the vast majority of other teams in the 28-day period as well. In all, I should be able to get in about 12 matches within 28-day period in those 3 cities, and it should cost approximately €480, which is pretty good value, especially if I can find free parking and only having to travel between those 3 cities. The kilometres won't be too great. Anyway, that's all for now. Hopefully I'll put another video up next week or in a fortnight's time, depending on whether anything has actually happened, if we've got any news, or even whether I managed to book me rugby tickets. See you then.